I hope you guys are all staying cool this summer. In case you guys missed it, we just had a webinar about approval policies. That was our previous webinar. Today, we're actually going to be discussing um, going beyond transactions, maximizing incentive payment recipient value with Xtrm, making sure that you're getting the most out of sending your incentive payments.
Awesome. I'm Kyle Sloat. I'm our VP of Sales and Partnerships here at Xtrm. So if you guys have any questions about your account, getting set up, anything related to working with Xtrm, please don't hesitate to reach out to me directly.
And I'm the product manager here at Xtrm. My name is Lev Gamali. If you guys have any technical questions about integrations or getting up and running, again, please don't hesitate to reach out. So today, to start, we're going to be discussing the sticking points of running an incentive program and really what the problems are that people face when they're trying to send payments internationally.
Yeah, I'm sure most of you guys are already familiar with some of these, from firsthand experience, right? But these sticking points, they can create negative experiences not only for you as a remitter, but also for the partner that's receiving the incentive payment. Xtrm is really designed to alleviate any of these potential points of frictions and help maximize the impact your incentive payments have with your partners. So let's discuss some of them. Tax documents. So, starting with everybody's favorite, taxes can be really difficult to understand what is required from you from a tax perspective when you're making incentive payments. Knowing what information you need to collect, outlining a process for doing so can be really laborious, and it can lead to trouble if you're not reporting correctly. In addition to the collection and the IRS reporting, you also have to consider what information you provide to your partners so that they can properly file their taxes at the end of the year, and you're responsible for all that communication with them, to make sure that they have everything that they need. In addition to collecting that tax data, you also need to collect and store banking and payment data for your partners. So you need to find a secure way to do that. Requires some manual work as well with setting that up. And you may have partners that ask you to fulfill certain data requirements, privacy requirements, GDPR, SOC 2, that kind of thing, which leads us kind of into the next section, data. Securing your data and transport. So when you're dealing with this, personal information and financial information for your partners, you can potentially open yourself up to liability if you're not storing it properly. And more importantly, you really just don't want to have any of those uncomfortable conversations with your partners if there is, God forbid, a leak or something like that with their data. Reporting an audit trail, so retaining all your transactional history and easily being able to pull that into reports and sift through it, being able to, hold all that data in one place, especially if you're using multiple payment rails, keeping track of everything and consolidating it can be a challenge. For instance, if you're working with different payment rails in different countries or gift card providers for certain programs, all of that, different data sources can make it difficult to keep track, which leads to the next issue, missed and untracked payments. All of these complications can create missed and untracked payments. You're really going to have those no matter what, right? But you want to be able to reduce those as much as possible and avoid unsatisfied partners waiting for payments, those uncomfortable conversations. Really all of this manual work, all of these potential, points of friction with these partners are all just going to take away from the partner experience. And really, we want to keep them motivated and getting those payments in a timely manner. It can also, lack of payment methods can also be a problem. It can be difficult to know what the preferred payment method might be for a partner in a particular country, especially. It can be difficult to know what information you might even need to complete a payment in one country versus another, even with the same payment rail. So it can lead to lost payments, having to do wire tracking, things like that, all these kind of headaches that we want to avoid. In addition, hand-holding your partner through the process. I've kind of alluded to already, typical way of paying partner incentives requires a lot of setup, a lot of communication with the partner, and these are all areas where things can fall through the cracks, and really just manual work that you don't want to do. So what are some of the ways that Xtrm can help solve these issues?
So Xtrm actually solves all of these issues. which is great. So Xtreme provides all the following services to our clients. So the first and foremost thing that we want to mention is the built-in payee manager. So the payee manager handles a lot of streamlining of the process of the payment. So essentially, if someone doesn't already have an existing account in Xtreme, the built-in payee manager will automatically create an account and wallet on their behalf. If someone is receiving, a payment in a currency that they don't necessarily have a wallet for, the built-in payee manager again will create that wallet on their behalf and automate the process for them. So that's one of the great things about Xtreme. So the other thing that we really want to highlight and mention is the comprehensive tax provisioning as a third-party settlement organization. So all the compliance and tax obligations fall directly back onto Xtreme, and Xtreme handles those on behalf of all of our clients. At the end of the fiscal year, Xtreme will provide a 1099-K to those located in the U.S. and relevant forms for those people located in other regions. So another thing that we want to touch on is the secure data storage and collection for sensitive details, such as banking information, PII information, anything that you really don't want people to get their hands on, essentially, that's sensitive and pertinent to business. We are GDPR, PCI compliant, and we any kind of data provisioning, we check all the marks for secure data transport, as well as data that's not in transit. So as far as the transactional history in Xtreme, we do provide complete reporting on all the transactional history that has occurred within the account. You can filter it in your preferred method. You can always download that history in a CSV or PDF format, depending on what is easier for your internal reconciliation with your teams. And you can always do an audit, if you need to. So the other great thing is there's multiple recipient transfer endpoints. So when people are looking to receive, a gift card or a virtual Visa, Xtreme supports all those endpoints, and the endpoints are always localized to a specific account. So if your user is in Canada, for example, all of the gift cards and the virtual Visas will be pertinent to them specifically, and the catalog is filtered to their actual specific region. So the other thing that we really need to touch on is the payment velocity. So as you guys probably know, sending these payments and sending via traditional wire and just through banks, it takes a long time. You have to wait for the funds to arrive at your account. You have to send the funds, and then you have to wait for the downtime of the banks, the bank holidays, and all these inconveniences. Xtreme alleviates all those problems because we can instantly make payments to all of your recipients as soon as you have allocated payment to them.
Thanks.
So. Yeah, absolutely. So just to jump into the demo here, we can show you guys the recipient experience from the first step. So let's say someone's never received a payment via Xtreme before. They will receive a validation email to make sure that they can log into their account and create a password. And we'll show you guys that now.
Awesome. Appreciate it, Love. So as you guys are about to see, Xtreme is really designed to simplify the process, strip out all the complexity, and really make it smooth from end to end, and allow you to automatically onboard your partners as part of the payment process. And additionally, because Xtreme is fully API enabled, it means you can integrate us with a PRM or another backend system and fully automate the payout process, enabling partners to receive their payment essentially as soon as you approve their claim within Xtreme. So, kind of mentioning what Lev was saying about the velocity, further motivating them with that instant feedback. Once they approve that claim, they're receiving that payment notification, letting them know that they've been paid their incentive, which, is really powerful, and encourages them to keep, reselling or doing whatever action you're trying to incentivize them for.
Yeah, 100%. So what we're looking at here is the email that a recipient would see in their email inbox if they've received a first-time payment via Xtreme. If they already have an account, it will be a very similar message, except there won't be a validate page, and they will just be directed directly to the portal. So what we're looking at here is, a little message that says, "Dear recipient, you've been paid by this company $50 for your services." You can see at the bottom, there's a program and a batch description that you can pass through so your recipient has more color as to why they've received the payment. And once again, if they've never received a payment via Xtreme, all that will be left for them to do is click the validate button here. They'll be redirected to our terms and conditions, where they will be able to create their password, accept the terms and conditions, and set the region that they're located in. So we'll go ahead and show you guys that process as well. So once you click that link on the email, once you've received your first-time payment, you'll be taken to the terms and conditions of the platform, as well as the privacy policy. You can go ahead and click I accept the terms, the agreements. You can go ahead then and create your password, add a mobile number for multi-factor authentication, as well as select the region that you're located in. So once you click continue at the bottom of the page and you fill out all of this information, you will be taken directly to your Xtrm portal. Apologies, got logged out. One moment here, guys. So in the Xtrm portal, the first thing that you'll see is all of the payment and transactional history that you have in your account. What you'll most likely be seeing is a bunch of, spiffs, incentive payments on the recipient side of things. So all the notifications for all those payments that you've been receiving will be here. So you can go ahead and click on the details if you want to parse through these. You can always filter it by, sent, received, transferred, whichever you're looking for. And you'll be able to be notified of any kind of transactional history that's occurred. Apologies here, guys. System has logged me out again. So go into the Wallets tab. We can see all of the payments that you've received in all of the wallets. So the caveat with the wallets is that wallets cannot cross-contaminate currencies. The great thing about Xtrm is if you're receiving a payment in a currency that you don't currently have a wallet for, again, the built-in payee manager we were mentioning earlier will automatically create a wallet on your behalf, and you'll be able to withdraw in whichever manner that you like. So you can see that I've received payments from a variety of sources in different currencies, and that has created additional wallets. What you can also do is once the wallet has been created either automatically by our system or by you just clicking the create wallet button up here, you can always rename that wallet to whatever you prefer. So for example, a quarter 3 MDF Acme program is just one example of nomenclature that would make it easier for you to track the payments and what they've been sent for. So once you have created the wallet structure that you prefer, you can go ahead and move on to the transfer tab. Like we had mentioned earlier, in the transfer tab, you will always have the autonomy and choice to remove the funds from the platform in the way that you prefer. There's a variety of methods, and once again, they are localized for the region. So first, we'll start with the USD transfer. You'll select the bank accounts from the drag down here. You'll be able to select your transfer to method. So whether that's digital gift card, reward link, prepaid virtual debit card, or bank check, you'll be able to select whichever you prefer. For this example, we're just going to select digital gift card from the drag down here. Moving down the line, you'll need to specify the recipient email. By default, it'll use the email that's associated with the account. If you want, you could specify a different email. Here, you can also select the card currency. For this, we're just going to select USD again for this example. And then you can select the gift card from a variety of gift cards that are going to be localized for your specific region. So here, we'll just use Amazon for this example. At the bottom of the page, you'll specify the amount that you're looking to transfer. We'll just do 20 and click continue. Here, you'll see the terms and conditions for this gift card, as well as the fees associated, and click purchase at the bottom of the page. You can see that the purchase has been successful and I've received this gift card, and you'll be able to see all this information as well in your email address. To simulate a CAD transfer, it's a very similar process. It's pretty much identical. You'll just need to select the CAD wallet from which you're going to be transferring. So for the people that are in Canada or in a different region in the world other than the US, the process will be filtered to your local region specifically. So again, we'll click a prepaid virtual debit card just to change things up a little bit. Again, you'll be able to specify the recipient email if you want to receive the payment to a different email address. And then you'll specify the card currency. Once again, we're doing CAD for this example. So then you'll select the retailer as well as the amount that you're looking to receive in this card. One of the things that I want to mention about Xtrm is if you've received, however many funds, if you received a $1,000 payment, for example, in your account, there's no obligation to remove the funds all at once or in a specific method. So if you want to remove, let's say $100 in a gift card and then remove the other $900 directly into your bank account, you're completely free to do so. So clicking continue at the bottom of the page, once again, we'll need to accept the terms and conditions of the specific card and click purchase. We can see that the purchase, again, is successful and that redemption information has been sent to us via email. So let's go through another scenario. Let's say, for example, you're looking to exchange within the platform. Within Xtrm, you can always, if you receive a USD payment or whatever other currency payment you receive, you can always go ahead and exchange directly in our platform. So let's just go for USD to CAD for this example once again. Go into exchange $20. You just select the Canadian dollar to which you are exchanging and wait for the system to load. What you'll see once this is loaded is the exchange rate, the live exchange rate, the sample for a variety of banks that we provide to our clients, and you'll be able to accept that transfer. Apologies, bear with me here, guys. So as the sandbox is loading, we can briefly start talking about the tax tab. Within the tax tab, the recipient will be able to see all of their transactional history, as well as all of the information that they need to be able to submit to their local tax body at the end of the fiscal year. What Xtrm does is it'll fill out a 1099-K in the US and provide that to the recipients. And in other regions of the world, it will provide all the transactional history that you need to report to your local tax body in turn. If there is not enough information in your account yet to provide the tax documentation via Xtrm, our system will automatically prompt you to go to the profile section and add the additional details that we need to be able to provide the tax information for you at the end of the fiscal year. Essentially, the process for accessing your taxes.
Cool. I'll highlight a couple of things that are important for beneficiaries. Right now, we've been kind of talking in terms of individuals that are receiving these incentives. So I want to focus on company beneficiaries, apologies specifically. And then we can backtrack and show you what the tax document looks like. So Lev, if I could please share my screen.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
Perfect. Great. So essentially, if you're receiving a payment via Xtrm for an incentive as a company rather than an individual, the process works essentially the same. So they'll still, don't need to have an account prior. You'll just need to identify the person at your partner. So at the beneficiary company, that would be, the relevant person for receiving the funds and managing the Xtrm account. So once you've identified that person, you can pay them directly to their email address, and they'll follow the same process as outlined before, and they'll be able to transfer their funds out and exchange their funds as necessary as outlined before. A few things that are specific to companies that are relevant is they have the ability to create and manage multiple wallets. This is very helpful if they're working with a lot of different partners and participating in a lot of incentive programs. Many of our customers will work with multiple companies running, and participating in their sales channel. So they could have, multiple different currencies coming in from multiple different programs from multiple different channels. So Xtrm allows you to create users and wallets and separate those users by entity, really enabling the beneficiary to best manage those funds. And, essentially, like they had treasury software. They can create, additional wallets and move between those wallets at will.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Kyle. I can go back to the sandbox. It's finally loaded up for us now.
Great.
So viewing the sandbox, once again, we can revisit this tax tab. As I was mentioning, you can always download the 1099-K at the end of the fiscal year, W-9, or just download the transactions if you want that for audit internally. Again, if you don't have this completed enough to the point where we can provide a 1099-K for you or a local tax document, you will be navigated to the Profile tab. And in the Profile tab, you'll be able to complete the additional personal section and the contact sections with the information that's relevant to your account specifically. Once this is complete, you'll be able to just go back to the Tax tab and click Download 1099-K, then download 1099-K or the relevant form for yourself. So that's essentially it for this presentation today, guys.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you guys so much. We wanted to ask at this time, if you had any questions, happy to go over them. Well, fantastic. If anybody, does think of any questions, in the future, or just wants to get in contact with us for any reason, or both of our contact information is up here. Again, I'm Kyle Sloat, our VP of Sales and Partnerships. So any questions around working with Xtrm, getting set up, please direct those my way.
Yeah, once again, guys, my name is Lev Gamali. I'm the product manager here. And once again, like Kyle had mentioned, please don't hesitate to reach out. We're always here to help you guys out and answer any questions you guys might have about the platform or making, payments easier on your behalf. Thank you guys once again for joining us. We really appreciate your time and have a good rest of your day.
Thanks, everyone.